television, in radio pop via local or direct radio stations around the world. Very welcome to all friends from the Catholic Initiative Americans, or CCA. Please visit YouTube with translation to American Sign Language at Vatican News-ASL. This broadcast is also available live right now on our Vatican Media Audio app and Vatican News website, which you can access at www.vaticannews.va, and on our Facebook page. We will begin at midday, Rome time of course, so in a minute, at which point the Holy Father will appear from the window of the Apostolic Palace and address the pilgrims. He usually reads the catechesis, then prays the Angelus, and then he usually makes some sort of appeal at the end of the recitation of the Angelus prayer. Now we will be providing an English translation of the catechesis and of the appeals, should there be any, and I will of course not speak over the Angelus prayer. And that all comes later on. Meanwhile, we are just waiting for the Holy Father to appear at the window. It's the first weekend of August, and this month the Holy Father's schedule picks up as usual. He usually takes July off from audiences, for example, although his Angelus did continue. And as you can hear from the crowd, Pope Francis has appeared at the window of the Apostolic Palace, and we will wait for him to begin his catechesis.
Cari fratelli e sorelle, buona domenica.
Dear brothers and sisters, buona domenica, happy Sunday.
Oggi il Vangelo ci parla di Gesù.
Today the Gospel tells us about Jesus, who after the miracle of the loaves and fishes, invites the crowds who are looking for him to reflect on what took place, to understand its meaning. They had eaten the food that was shared and seen how even with few resources, all had been fed and had their fill, thanks to the generosity and courage of a young man who made available what he had with others. The sign was clear. If everyone gives to others what they have, with God's help, even with little, everyone can have something.
Non dimenticare questo. Se uno
Never forget this.
dona agli altri ciò che ha,
If everyone gives to others what they have,
possono avere qualcosa.
with God's help, even with little, everyone can have something. Never forget this.
Hanno scambiato Gesù
Instead, they did not understand.
prestigiatore
They mistook Jesus for some kind of magician and went back to look for him, hoping he would repeat the miracle as if it were magic. They were the protagonists of a fundamental experience in their journey, but they did not grasp its significance. Their attention focused only on the loaves and fishes, the actual material food that finished immediately, leaving them still hungry. They did not realize that this was only an instrument through which the Father, while satisfying their hunger, revealed something far more important to them. What did he reveal to them? The path of life that lasts forever, and the taste of bread that satisfies beyond any measure. The true bread, in short, was and is Jesus, his beloved Son made man, who came to share our poverty in order to lead us through it to the joy and gift of full communion with God and with our brothers and sisters. Material things do not give fullness to life. They're important, but they don't fill life. Only love can do that. And for this to happen, the path to take is that of charity. which keeps nothing for itself, but shares everything. Charity shares everything.
Questo non succede anche nelle nostre famiglie, lo vediamo.
Does it not happen this way also in our families? Let us think of parents who struggle all their lives to raise their children well and leave them something for the future. How beautiful when this message is understood and the children are grateful and in turn become supportive of each other like brothers and sisters. And how sad, on the other hand, when they fight over inheritance. I've seen many cases of this. It's sad. And perhaps they do not speak to each other. For money, they don't speak to each other for years. The message of a father and a mother, their most precious legacy is not money, but the love with which they give their children everything they have, just as God does with us. And in this way, they teach us to love. Let us ask ourselves then, what kind of relationship do I have with material things? Am I a slave to them? Or do I use them freely as instruments to give and receive love? Am I able to say thank you to God and to my brothers and sisters for the gifts I have received? And do I know how to share them with others? May Mary, who gave Jesus her whole life, teach us to make everything an instrument of love.
Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tui mulieribus et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
Santa Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostre. Amen.
Ecce ancilla Domini.
Fiat mi secundum verbum tuum.
Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tui mulieribus et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostre.
Look at all those white hats. See them
Verbo caro
all?
fatto mesto.
There's a lot of
Ave
women
Maria, gratia
that
plena,
don't have
Dominus
men.
tecum, benedicta tui mulieribus et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
Don't talk when the Pope talks. See, they're moving in the crowd. They should be sitting down.
Ora pro nobis, Santa Dei Genitis.
Utini efficiamur promissionibus Christi.
Gratia tua, quae sumus Domine.
Look, I interrupted the feed. And chant. Domini. That's why it says knee. Kneel down. And pray. Look at all those women. They're priests now. No capiche. No money. See, it says buffering. Here's all the comments over to the right. Look, they're all in white hats. They don't know that they're being killed in Israel right now.
Et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
Pro fidelibus de fontis, requiem aeternam dona eis Domine.
Et lux perpetua lucet Deis.
Requiescant in pace.
He's praying for nothing. He can't stop the war. Make sure he goes there. He's afraid. He just caught COVID.